mate, good. Nice to meet you.
You too. Welcome to the park.
Thank you. We're at Wabby Park?
We're at Werribee Park. We're in the historic orchard.
And
the heritage orchard.
You're in charge here?
I'm in charge, yep, as a ranger in charge.
Okay, wonderful. Now, we're going to come and check out all these trees here. Apparently, you guys have got some crazy trees growing here.
We've got absolutely, crazy, all right.
Okay.
I don't know, we've got just about every variety of fruit tree you can think of.
Oh, fantastic.
Or stone fruit. And at the moment, we've got our volunteers out here pruning away and getting them ready for the season.
All the trees in this area here, we're a couple of acres of trees.
Yep.
Yep, and they're basically pruning season because we're in the middle of winter and you need to prune your fruit trees, folks. So we've come down here to check out the heritage fruit trees, some varieties that you won't find on the supermarket shelf or in your garden centre.
No, but they will be available occasionally on the market, so you want to get to know them.
Okay, so we will get to know them here today.
Yeah.
There's some others who we're going to be introduced to who are going to talk to us a little bit more about the trees. We're going to show you how to prune your fruit trees, understand the proper pruning techniques so that you can have the best crop in your lifetime and continue on growing your own fruit trees. Also grafting, some grafting techniques. Now, there is a person here. There's a group of people out there. Yeah, they do all the grafting?
They're going to be taught how to graft pretty soon.
Oh,
some of them have done some grafting. And others it'll be their first time, but they're pretty excited.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so these are guys from the Karen community.
Okay,
which is an ethnic community from Burma.
Oh, okay.
And they make up the majority of our volunteers in the orchard now and in the kitchen.
Great.
Yeah,
looking forward to meeting them.
They are a very interesting bunch of people.
And they are natural gardeners.
They are natural gardeners.
Yeah.
We started this program as a way of connecting to the community.
That's cool.
In particular, you know, some of our emerging communities like the Karen.
Yep.
But we didn't realise we'd be that popular. But as it turns out, these guys are natural gardeners.
Fantastic.
And natural eaters of fresh food. So
they sound like they're half Greek to me, mate.
Yes, that's right. They're all Greek.
That's it. All right. We'll see if they can dance a Zumba too afterwards, eh?
Go
all right.
check
So
it out.
who are we going to meet?
All right. So let's go down here and let's see what we can get. All right. Well, come and meet our guru here. Craig.
Vasily, how you going?
Very good, mate. Nice to meet you.
Beautiful day.
Oh, it's a gorgeous winter day. Now, we're here to check out these trees. You guys are hacking them.
We certainly are. They're obviously we're on a vintage heritage orchard.
Yeah.
And these are quinces, and you know we've got to cut them back, thin them down so that we can get some fruit, and we have quite a lot of rabbits and so forth get underneath. You know.
We're going to have a look around the trees. You're going to talk to us all about the different types of trees growing out here.
For sure.
Thank you, James.
No worries.
Doesn't mean you can go, but you can go.
I'm going to go soon.
All right, mate. All right, now tell me your background, your history.
Well, I'm a qualified horticultural soil nurseryman.
Okay.
And
you've worked in a few garden centres in the past. You want to name them?
Greens Corner Garden Centre.
Yeah.
And Coburg Wholesale Nursery. Yeah. And Wildara Plant Farm. So I've sort of been around a little bit. So greenery.
There's a few cobwebs there.
Yeah, not wrong. You're not wrong. And I've been growing my own food for about 30 years now.
Yeah.
So
And your passion lies with homegrown?
For sure, yeah. Teaching people how to grow their own food.
Yeah, good stuff.
So on a Friday, I'm lucky enough to get down here and help the Karen people.
Yeah.
Learn something about orchards.
They're doing a course here. They're here as volunteers.
They are.
And what's the purpose? What's the opportunity for them?
To help them learn some horticultural skills and to help learn some English as well.
Okay.
So that they can take away and obviously ease into some sort of a job down the track. So.
And is there a team leader here?
Yes, there is, Evelyn. She's the lady with the hat there. She's thank God for Evelyn because she helps interpret because not everyone has very good English.
Okay.
But much better, you know. I've been here for a little while now and they're really good.
So is it predominantly the guys who are doing it?
No, there's the women. It started off really with the women because they were a little bit disconnected and there's a lot of depression and so forth amongst the women.
Yeah.
And they were invited to come down and help restore the kitchen garden up the top near the farm. And the men heard about what was going on and they decided, hey, this is too good. We want to come down, and they heard about the orchard, so they've come down and it's been a great thing. Yeah.
How long have you had them?
I've had them for about 8 to 10 weeks now.
Is that all?
Yeah.
And the kitchen garden's looking good?
Oh, magnificent.
Yeah,
magnificent.
and they're harvesting?
Yes, certainly.
Yeah.
We eat from it on a Friday.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We're going to have a meal today?
Yes,
Can't wait.
Definitely.
Any Greek style, do you think, or just Karen?
No, maybe some Karen sausage, maybe.
I'm looking forward to that one there. All right, so the ladies are up there looking after the veggie gardens. The guys are doing the pruning down here.
Yep.
Well, let's not waste any more time. Where are we going to start? We're starting with the quince tree?
Well, no, we'll leave the quince tree. I think we've said enough about the quince. We're cutting it down. We're actually harvesting some suckers from the roots, which is how they grow. And we're putting those in bags ready for our grafting day, which is coming up. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, so we go down here?
Yeah, let's go. 80-year-old pears, mate.
These are 80-year-old pears.
80-year-old, and they're nearly out. They're nearly at the end of their life.
Check these out, folks.
So
80-year-old trees. Now, are they bearing fruit? Because they look like they have a million flowers on them.
They struggle. They struggle. Look at the amount of fruit spurs on these things.
It's everywhere. Every square inch almost.
Yeah.
You couldn't possibly get this to harvest properly.
And a couple of years ago,
you have a few on the bottom?
Oh, well, yeah, we do. But look, the possums get into these trees because, you know, really no nets equals no fruit.
Don't you dare cut these trees down, man. These are...
We're not going to do that.
These should be heritage listed.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they are?
They are.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Now I'm happy.
Significant trees.
Yeah.
Beautiful trees. And, of course, the canopy that they provide, you know, on a summer's day is just beautiful.
You've seen the flowering plum trees in the streets with the pink blossoms. When they come into full bloom, they're fantastic. Now, you can imagine these trees.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely magnificent to see, yeah.
I'd love to be able to do a fast forward here now for you folks and show you the blossoms come up.
Yeah.
Let's see if it happens. No, didn't know. All right, let's keep going.
Vasily, this is one of the apples, and this is quite an old apple, so we only finished pruning these about 2 weeks ago. So I've been teaching the Karen how to prune.
Okay, well, a couple of steps back. This is the orchard.
Yep.
One of the many.
Old apples.
All apples here?
Not all,
most?
No.
Most. And these are all heritage apples,
correct.
Fruit trees.
All the varieties are different. There is not a...
We're not talking common stuff that you'd find on your supermarket
shelf.
shelf.
Like Cox's Orange Pippin and Kingston Blacks and...
You're not going to find them that easily, are you?
No, you can't find them.
Okay.
No.
Only here.
Only here pretty well. So,
all right, so folks, if you want to get yourself a... Can you get cuttings from this?
No, we can get a grafting? A fresh grafted tree off all of these varieties.
But tell us about that.
Yeah.
No, tell us later on. Make people watch the rest of the show.
That's it.
All right, so tell us about the fruit trees.
With our fruit trees, we do the 3 Ds first. We remove the dead, damaged or diseased first.
So the 3 Ds.
Yep.
Okay, I'm learning now. Dead, damaged or diseased.
Correct.
Branches.
Correct. And we want to try and promote a lot of air and sun in the centre of the tree, so we're looking for an open vase shape. So anything that grows inward,
we cut out.
That stops us from being able to get inside that tree, we cut out.
Okay.
And we remove.
Okay.
And we prune to buds that face outward.
Okay.
And we're very careful not to prune off the fruit spurs on the trees because...
Let's explain to everybody what fruit spurs are, because we have this open vase shape that we always talk about. You know, we talk about this every week. And what we end up doing is, rather than just looking for the spurs correctly to open it up, we hack into the tree and we almost remove most of the spurs.
Correct.
And left with old wood and maybe very young wood, which is not going to be productive at all.
Correct.
And then we sit there and go, well, we've pruned it correctly. You told me how to do it, but it's not growing anything.
No fruit.
So what are the spurs?
Okay, the fruit spurs are these fluffy little wrinkly thick buds that produce fruit every year. They fruit from the same spot. So if you cut that off, you're not going to get any fruit from there next year.
No. So, once this fruits this year, let's say, and you pick the fruit off, next year, is it going to fruit there again?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And it'll do that for 20, 30 years.
The same spot, continuously. Correct. It might double up in flowers or triple?
Many more.
Fantastic.
Many more.
So they know that it's not just going to be one flower and that's the end of it. Expect something else to grow.
Correct.
It'll multiply again.
Correct. So
and that depends on how you pick it too.
It does too. And the thing that we try and encourage people is to make sure that they thin their fruit.
Okay.
Because if you've got a fruit spur, and you can see that's not a very big piece of timber, and you've got 7 or 8 apples hanging off that, what do you think's going to happen? It's going to break.
Yeah.
So we're looking to make sure that we only leave a piece of fruit about every 4 inches or 100 mil on all of the branches. So we pick the biggest piece of fruit around about cherry size when they're on their growth period, and we choose the best looking biggest piece of fruit, and then we snip all the rest off and let them fall.
Okay. So now we've got a branch here. We've opened up the vase shape. We've taken the inward growing branches off. You can see they've all been pruned back. You've got a couple here. You've thinned out a couple of branches over here.
That were overlapping.
Overlapping.
So therefore they'd cast a shadow.
That's it. So you've cut back to an outward facing bud. This one here, what's the purpose of this?
Okay, so you'll see these buds here. If I was to cut up just above this bud, this would grow away.
Yes.
What I've done is we've tricked the tree by undercutting the bud above it, and what happens is that causes a little bit of dieback just above that bud. So instead of this bud deciding it's going to grow a branch, in the plant kingdom, if you cause dieback anywhere, it wants to try and reproduce. So therefore it'll force a flower and grow a fruit.
All right, so that's tricking the tree.
That's it.
All right, so come a bit closer. See this here? This is what we call tricking the tree. So you've got a bud that's growing outwards. Normally you would cut just above that at a different angle. That would force this one to sprout outwards. But what Craig is trying to do is force this tree to think that it's going to die by causing this to die back. It's cut a bit further away than usual from the last bud. So that will die back and force the tree to flower. Because when a plant thinks it's dying, it'll try to produce offspring.
For sure. It tries to reproduce.
Exactly,
So,
and that's the first thing it'll do.
Yep, and if you think back what I said before with regard to dead, diseased and damaged, next year we'll spot that's dead and we'll snip that off and we'll
you'll
put
have
our fruit spur
and there's your
where we
spur.
want it.
Perfect, controlled. And you're doing that everywhere here.
That's right.
Cheeky bugger. It's not just bad pruning techniques.
No.
It's all thought through.
There's a rhyme and a reason. Yes, definitely.
All right, well, that's your apple tree. What's the next tree?
Okay, let's go over and have a look at some plums.
Okay.
Okay, so all of these are plums in these 2 rows. We have 61 varieties of European plums and 65 varieties of Japanese plums. So each one of these is a different variety. So that's up to you. I kid you not.
Nah, get
That's
out.
the whole idea of what we're up to. What we're trying to do is preserve these heritage variety fruit trees for future generations, because
You can't have that many varieties.
but there's more. 1,800 varieties of apples in Victoria, in Australia. Of the 20,000, 1,800 varieties of apples.
And all we see is red Fuji, Gala,
New Jazz.
Granny Smith. We talk about 6 varieties on your common shelf.
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah.
But there are 1,800 varieties available to you.
Here in Australia.
In Australia. And we're here playing with 6 varieties and complaining about the quality of them.
Yeah.
Yet these are all heritage.
Correct.
Easy to grow.
Yeah, of course.
Why aren't we growing them?
Well, because the supermarkets don't like them.
Why?
Because they don't suit their, they don't travel well.
Or they don't
If they
sit well
fall
on the
off,
shelf.
if they ripen too quick.
They fall off.
There's jam on the floor, not a plum. So they grow food, or force the growers to grow what they want, not what we want.
Yeah, and we don't even know it. So the common person who's at home who wants to eat some fruit is not
Have no
aware of
idea.
all these varieties.
Correct.
So if they want to come out here, they are able to?
Yes.
So this place here, is it privately owned?
No. It's a publicly owned orchard, and it's the only publicly owned orchard left, stone fruit orchard left in Victoria.
Wow.
So it's really important that we get people behind us, that they come out and visit and come along to some of the days that we have.
And one other day in particular is on the 21st.
It's the 21st of this coming month of July at 10 a.m. We have a grafting day where you can come along and you can select a variety of apple, or whatever the case is. You might want to have a couple of varieties of apple on the one tree. We've all got small blocks of land where, space is a premium thing these days.
And we want to be able to grow as much variety.
Exactly. For instance, you could have an Espalier apple tree with 5 wires. There's 10 varieties you could have on that one tree.
On each wire.
You could have one on either side, exactly.
Yeah, so you've got 5 wires, 1, 2, 3, okay.
You could be starting to pick at the start of the season and work your way through all the way through 10 different varieties of fruit and still have some at the end.
That's
and never have a glut.
Get out of here. Have you done anything like that?
I have. I've got them at home.
That's why you said it. And does it work?
I teach people how to do it, of course.
All right, you're going to teach me how to graft. I mean, I know how to graft some things.
Yep.
I want to see some of your techniques in grafting.
No worries.
Show me your Espalier fruit trees.
Yes.
We're looking at a plum here at the moment.
Yep, I've got an
It's one of
Espalier
65 Japanese, Asian plums, you said?
European
and 61 European.
Japanese. Yep, correct.
Fantastic.
And this is a calc type shape. So in a lot of orchards, what they do is they actually split these on a 45-degree angle, and they have them very close, and they have these all the way through on a long line.
Okay. And what do they do?
We're not a fruit production orchard. We're here to preserve the varieties. But what happens is that you get great exposure to the sun and air and so forth, and you get lots of fruit up and down all of these branches.
So you don't have this multiplying continuously, just a straight up growth?
Because of the varieties, like the one on the back here, you'll see, it's a little different. So the habits are different.
Okay.
But we're all making sure that we're
That's like a cherry tree.
Well, yeah, it is to a point. And you can do that with cherries and also with plums. So we're trying to keep these varieties down nice and low so that no nets equals no fruit.
Yeah.
We can't throw nets over.
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
So, and that's for most of us.
Yeah. So they're manageable. And you still
Apricots
get
next
enough
door.
fruit. Wow. 1,800 apples, man. 1,800 apples. And we're talking 6 varieties. How many do you know? So we're talking about mimosas.
Yep.
Now, for those who are Greek out there, we're not swearing. We're actually talking about a fungus that occurs on an apricot tree. That's the oozing of gum or sap on the tree.
Yep.
And it's caused by
Well, you should prune with the leaves still on the trees, rather than all the other deciduous trees where you'd wait till the leaves have dropped.
So when you cut it off?
Yep, nice and sharp. Sterilise pair of secateurs, and don't use from one tree to the next.
Yeah.
So they must be sterilised in some metho on a rag.
Yep.
Generally, if you can, seal your wounds and use some lime wash on the bottom of the trees, up around about 600ml. We've yet to do that.
On these ones?
We will.
And explain why.
Well,
now, we're talking whitewashing. Now, it's hydrated lime. It's builder's lime for those who don't recognise it. Mixed, so it's like paint.
Yeah, exactly.
Clag, and you just paint it on the trunk. We used to whitewash, or they still do in Greece, all the villages and all that.
I do. Well, I do on my trees anyway.
Yeah.
So we get them up to about this high. So branches any lower than 600ml, we try and cut off.
Okay.
Because what happens is, even though this has got some weeds and some mulch and so forth around it, heavy rain spots, particularly in October when we start to get some of that humidity and so forth, the rain spots pick up the soil and it lands with that gummosis fungus and spore, and it sits in these little nooks and crannies. Now, if it's on lime, it won't grow.
Yeah, so if it's treated with hydrated lime,
Correct.
It'll splash on and do nothing.
Correct, and of course it's important not to have branches there, because if you've got a branch there, obviously the spore's going to sit
inside. Yeah.
You know, so gets a little bit of warmth and a little bit of air, and away it goes.
And that's with the apricot tree. Now we're talking nectarine and peaches.
Yes.
Perfect for leaf curl spores, controlling the spores, which basically can nest on the branches and the crevices. Exactly the same purpose.
Yep.
So hydrated lime around the trunks, and at the end of the night on your lemon trees, when you want to turn the lights off, it glows in the dark, so you know exactly where to go.
It does.
All right, so
peaches next door.
peaches. Let's have a look at these, and then we're heading up to your house.
Yes.
What's this?
This is a Millicent peach, another heritage variety peach. We've got about 90 odd varieties of peaches here. Some of them are nectarines, but they're bald peaches.
How can I prove you wrong?
Well,
90.
Yeah. Have a look at all the tags.
All right, I'll go and count all the trees. Fair enough, folks. There are a lot of trees out there, all in the line. They all look like peaches.
So same deal. So first thing, I suppose, for the home gardener is curly leaf.
All right. So we get a tree, we buy a young tree.
Yep.
It might be bare-rooted stock, which you can this time of the year,
Yep.
or in a bag form.
Yep.
Dig the hole,
Yep.
prepare it well.
Yep.
What's your recommendation, whether it's sandy or clay soil? What do you do?
Get some compost into it. Make sure that you mount it up a little bit. Make
Yep.
sure that the graft is kept, at least a couple of inches above the soil level. Make sure that if there are any damaged roots on the root ball, cut them off with a nice sharp pair of secateurs so that it heals the root properly.
Yep.
No different to on the top.
Exactly.
Trim it back by about a third at the top. Try and get some shape into it initially. Something's been damaged, again, the 3Ds, damaged, diseased or dead, take those off.
Yep. Print it out
And
with bud.
away you go. Change of seasons, feed your fruit trees.
Every 3 months?
Every 3 months.
Thank you.
Every 3 months.
So the packages say February, August, September. I say every season,
Change
feed.
it every season.
Give it a feed.
It's like your smoke alarm battery scenario.
Exactly.
It should ring alarms in your heads at the change of seasons, feed your fruit trees. And that goes for citrus as well.
Exactly. Well, all plants, really.
Yeah. And a heavier dose of, say, for instance, something like sulphate of potash, if it's a home gardener, headed into the fruit tree season where they're going to produce lots of flowers, you want plenty of potash in there to promote good, strong, healthy flowers. And once the pollination happens, you've got good, strong buds that are going to hold on to fruit.
Yeah.
On peaches and nectarines, your fruit comes from triple buds. So wherever you see a triple bud, that is a fruit.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So you can see
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This potentially could have fruit all the way down. Now,
so that's a triple bud, not a spurberry.
no, they're not spurs. And
Explain.
Okay, so on peaches and nectarines, you only get fruit off 1-year-old wood. So it's important you understand what you're pruning for, to get fruit and to get 1-year-old wood. If you don't get 1-year-old wood, you're not going to get any fruit.
So this tree's humongous. I want to bring it back down.
Chest height, cut it off.
Bring it down.
Yep.
Then you've got all these laterals coming out.
Anything pointing in,
Take it off.
out.
Sideway growth, outward
Correct.
growth
Nothing
is
that's
fine.
crossing over, so if anything's crossing over, take those out so you've got this, so you can get into the tree.
Beautiful. And the sun gets in, air circulation,
Beautiful.
dries it off perfectly, keeps it warm.
Prune to outward facing buds, see?
3 buds will get fruit.
Correct.
1 bud will get a growth.
That's right.
And when that growth comes on, that's only a half-year-old. You're not going to get any fruit.
No,
Next
take
year,
that off. Well, you'll get that off if you cut this back.
Yeah, so
that's
next
going to be 2-year-old. This is going to be 1-year-old.
keep that
Prune
one.
that and try and encourage pencil thickness wood.
That's all you
because
want.
that's strong. This isn't. You get
Yes.
2 or 3 pieces of fruit on that, that's going to break off.
Exactly. So then, if you want to keep your tree down, you keep it down to chest height, head height if you like, and control all the outward growth
Correct.
so you can get the fruit off those branches.
Correct.
So that's your main structure,
Yep.
and that's like a tree in itself.
Exactly right, but just open in the centre. That's
Beautiful.
It.
So they breathe well.
So, so pruning to triple buds will get you fruit and so forth. Again, with fruit thinning, most important on these, because we think we're going to get 50 peaches down this branch, and if we take off what I'm telling you, we're only going to get maybe 10.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the stone in a piece of stone fruit is the same size as a tennis ball size peach or a squash ball size.
Yeah.
You're not getting very much flesh, and it doesn't ripen properly. And if on a hot day that the tree becomes stressed, the tree will drop the fruit for you, and you'll get nothing.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you thin your fruit.
Thin it out before it gets too big, and we're talking the size of a cherry or thereabout.
Correct.
Pick out the weaker ones, keep the stronger ones that you think are going to ripen nicely.
Beautiful.
Make sure they've got 4 inches in between them.
Correct.
Plenty of air circulation.
Wonderful.
And spray your trees for leaf curl. Now's the time to start. If you're in that position to wanting to spray them, go with the bluestone copper sulfate.
Yep.
Give it a couple of sprays in winter.
Yep.
Now, we're not talking about a light spray where you just trickle
saturate
the
it.
area. You need to saturate it to the point of runoff.
Yes. Yeah.
And coat the trunk with hydrated lime.
For sure. Up
Clear-
to 600 mil. No branches lower than 600.
Clear the leaves at the base because
Yep.
they carry the spores. Do not put them in your compost bin because they'll hibernate and come to life when
Yep.
you put it back around the base again. So you're not killing off the spores by placing it in a compost bin.
Correct.
Burn them off.
Yep.
Get rid of them.
So at leaf fall, spray twice more over winter, and then at bud swell. So as these buds start to get very, very thick, just before you start to see colour, spray again, and you should have, a reasonable success at controlling curly leaf. You'll never get rid of it. Unfortunately, it's in every tree.
Yeah.
But you'll certainly minimise it. And if you happen to see some curly leaves appear on the tree later, pick them off and get rid of them again.
Yeah. I still can't believe you got over 90 fruit trees off
We have.
peaches. Yeah.
We have. And that's the small amount of them.
Wow. Are you planning on planting more out?
We are. We've got some spaces up the top, toward the farm that we're being given some room for some more trees.
Okay.
And as you can see, we've got another
row.
amount of spots here and one more row as well. So cherries hopefully next year.
Looking forward to it.
Very good.
Olive trees?
Olive trees we will, but they'll be dotted. There won't be a grove of olive trees. We've already got a lot of olive trees on site.
Oh, yeah?
Big ones.
All right.
Manzanellos and,
Calamata.
Yeah, that's
the stuff. Yeah, Spanish green. Let's
it.
go and have a look at your Espaliers, man.
No worries.
I'm dying to go to your place.
Let's go.
Hello folks and welcome to the information desk of Sandy Rogers, naturopath and medical herbalist. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that affects 80% of the world's population. What do you think of that? 80% of the world's population. What is it? It's sore feet. The feet are the most overlooked part of the physical anatomy. There are 26 bones in your feet. There are 26 bones in the spine, 26 bones in your hand, and 26 bones in your head. But the feet have to hold everything up. They're all crammed in there. And then what do? We go and ram them into shoes that are generally ill-fitting. We normally wear things on our feet that shouldn't fit anyway, stockings, socks, all of that. Then women go along and get stilettos, probably some boys do too, but anyway, we get these stilettos and people wonder why they have sore backs, necks, shoulders. Interestingly, the feet come into play. As your heel hits the ground, 10 times your body weight hits the hips where it joins to the spine. Now, if you don't locomote correctly, locomote's just a flash word for walking, if you don't locomote correctly because of ill-fitting shoes or sore feet, how often do you find that your back starts to hurt, your neck starts to hurt, and your shoulders start to hurt? A great place to go and have a look at people walking is the Melbourne Cup. All dressed up to the nines, most people are wearing ill-appropriate shoes, ill-fitting shoes, and by the end of the day, what do they say? My feet are killing me. Well, let me tell you, they probably are. Because within the feet, the way that you biomechanically walk affects every part of your body. It's so interesting. At our clinic, we have a really special foot spa where you're able to go and have your feet massaged, stretched and pampered. Now, one thing that I say to all of my clients is, whatever time you spend on your face, I would like you to spend exactly the same amount of time on your feet. Whatever you put on your face, put on your feet. So if you cleanse, exfoliate and all of those sorts of things, do the same to the feet. Now guys, a lot of men out there now are exfoliating and looking after their skin a lot better. Well, it's exactly the same for you. We cleanse and we put masks on the feet and we moisturise them and we keep the nails really nice and clean. We keep the nails nicely trimmed. But you must look after your feet and pamper them. There is an old Indian saying that man who actually massages feet before going to bed will enjoy good health. And that's true. There are also people out there who are saying that shoes are our greatest health threat. And I agree. Because if you're not locomoting correctly, your oxygen, your circulation, and all of your organs are going to be adversely affected. So, I wrote a little booklet called Feet Fabulous Feet. I think feet are so important they should be considered to be an organ. Because as you stimulate your feet, as you get the circulation moving, massaging the feet will make you feel so relaxed. Massaging the feet will take all the tension out of the feet and allow you to have much more relaxation as you locomote, as you move around through the day. So I want you to start thinking about the feet. Now, I wrote some information here, but the conditions that we see in the feet, what about corns and calluses that we see? They can be such a problem. What about tinea? Very difficult. Once you get tinea, it's a fairly difficult one to treat. But by putting the feet into some Epsom salts water, then you're able to perhaps start getting on top of things like tinea, just taking a little bit more care. But what about when you get spurs or plantar fasciitis? They're really difficult. This little book, Feet Fabulous Feet, will tell you what to do about that. But let me share something with you that you don't have to get the book for. Make yourself some Epsom salts water, around about a cup of Epsom salts to 1 litre of water, and make some ice cubes. Now, if you've got inflammation or painful feet, just get a bowl of water and put half a dozen or so of those ice cubes in the water, making sure you don't have heart conditions, because heart conditions and ice cubes around the feet don't go too well. And also with type 2 diabetes, make sure that you can feel the feet. But get those Epsom salts ice cubes. Alternatively, just put a little bit of Epsom salts in a foot bath and bathe the feet. Now, what that's going to help do is to settle down the aches and pains associated with the feet. Keeps them nice and soft and supple. But what about those cracked heels that you can get? Particularly walking around in summer months, you might find you get those deep cracks. Well, I can give you a recipe to actually fix that. Get some coconut oil, anything like this, coconut oil. Scrape some out of it because it's going to be fairly solid, and it's going to look a little bit like this. So there's some coconut oil in there. We go back to our vegetable sorbeline, and again we're going to teach you how to manufacture yet again. So we get a teaspoon of our sorbeline. We've got a teaspoon of coconut oil, and what we do is that we just start mixing it together. Now, as you mix that together, it'll actually bind, because remember that the sorbeline is going to act as an absorbent. It's going to take it up. That's why it's so fantastic as a soluble product. So we start getting our coconut oil, our sorbeline, and then simply you will get the juice of half a lemon, put it in here and massage it into the soles of the feet as well as through those cracks. It's absolutely fantastic. What you're going to see is those cracks are actually going to start to settle down. Again, we've made you into doing your home manufacturing and making your own medicine. So, until next time, this is the way to look after your feet. Find happiness in every moment.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another great segment of Healthy Habits. Now in this week's smoothie, I'm including more citrus, because not only is citrus in season, but it also prevents us from catching that winter cold, boosting our immune system. I call it the citrus blend, and it includes 2 apples, an orange and a mandarin, 1 banana, a kiwi fruit, a teaspoon of linseed, a tablespoon of honey, a pinch of chili powder, and a half a glass of water. Okay guys, I'm really thirsty for this smoothie, so let's start making it. Now first we're going to cut the orange and the mandarin up, and remember, we're going to leave the rind on because that is where all the vitamins and minerals are. So let's start chopping. Now we're chopping up the orange into quarters, and remember to wash your fruit before you use it. And next, the mandarin. Now I'm going to chop it up into quarters as well. Now we're going to peel the banana. Now I'm going to cut the kiwi in half and also cut off the sides so it makes it easier to scoop out the flesh. Next we'll chop up the apples into quarters and remember to keep the skin on. Now we'll add the teaspoon of linseed and the tablespoon of honey. Now we add the water and a pinch of chili powder. Now we pop the lid on and we start blending. This tastes fabulous. You can also put some ice in it as well. So if you want this recipe and many more just like it, go to our website at vasilisgardens.com. Until then, see you next week.
So this is your place?
It is, mate, it is.
Number 88. How lucky are you?
Yeah, I know.
Look at this.
Herbs, fruit trees in the garden. We, you know, pretty well all of our perennials are out the front.
Yeah, you got rosemary, lavender, all the herbs you can imagine. Thyme.
Winter savoury.
Winter savoury.
Yesterday, winter savoury. What someone wanted to know about it.
Yeah.
Fantastic herb. Beautiful on eggs and.
Yeah. Just straight on top,
magic,
fresh.
Yeah, olive herb. Look, we've got it all happening out the front here. Look,
Yeah.
I run workshops from home here to teach people how to grow their own food.
Yeah.
You know, how easy it is. Get rid of the lawns. Put in a cottage garden, fill it up with herbs, something that's productive, something you're going to get something back from.
Yeah, check it out.
You got just fantastic.
Lemon balm, you got lemon verbena, olive trees, you got fruit trees in here too.
Yeah, on dwarf fruit stocks, so they'll only ever get about 8 foot tall.
Yeah, controllable.
So, yep, exactly.
They're not overpowering, not
We've
too
got
much
some
shade.
volunteer Brussels sprouts.
Oh, they come up on their
from
own?
last year.
Okay.
From last year.
Good on them.
Collect seeds. You know, it's important collecting seeds because it's not about saving money, it's about making them evolve year after year after year. They'll get better and they'll get used to your conditions, your soil, you know, your climate and so forth, you know.
And that's
They
it
come
there.
up on their own.
Yeah. You know, it's not about money, that's right. It's
That's
about
correct.
the quality and having the same strain all the time and guaranteed to have a good crop each year.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we'll check out the backyard.
No worries.
Show me the fruit trees.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh, hang on.
What's that?
We grew 21 kilos of beans last year, Vasily. Look.
21 kilos of beans.
Yeah.
That's a lot of beans, man.
See, look.
There's not a lot of weight in the beans.
Doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. Look how many packages you've got. That's a
Yeah.
lot of beans.
Corn.
And corn. What, in this property here?
Yeah.
In this property? Where?
Yeah.
How big's the property?
600 square metres.
It's just a house block.
That's it.
All right, you've done all
We've
this.
got the garlic on the other side.
That's
golden
true
shallots.
homegrown
And French shallots.
Oh, they're beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah.
They are beautiful.
And then we've got salami.
You sure you're not Greek, Italian? What is your origin?
It's Australian.
That's it.
Worm farm.
It's all happening.
And then we collect seeds.
Yeah, that's it. You harvest and collect and propagate.
And then we have...
Ah, check it out. Check this out.
citrus beds.
Wow.
So we've got dwarf Washington navel. We've got a bit of a fruit salad lemon going on here. We've got a lemonade, a Tangelo, and just lemon on there at the moment. So
mandarin.
Mandarin, a lime.
Wow.
Strawberries.
This is cool.
Curly kale.
This is really, really cool, man.
We've got it all.
Look at the raised gardens.
trees.
It's got a really cool. You've got little alcoves so you can walk in, service the gardens on either
It's a
side.
wheelbarrow, hey.
That's it.
That's
Kale.
14 months old.
Kale.
14 months.
Wow.
Cut and come again. Don't pull them out.
That's it. So
Cut them back and let them keep going.
continuous harvesting.
Correct.
Kale. Plant it
14
once,
months.
got it for life. You haven't had it go to seed yet?
No,
You waiting for it to go to seed?
I will.
Yeah.
And when I do,
it'll be like
like
those-
this mangle wurzel I'm trying to make go to sweet. Look at the
Check it
size
out.
of this.
Oh,
So I've got one in the shade.
check it out.
Hey, and I've got one over here
That's a trunk.
that I still can't get to. It will go
It
to
won't.
seed at some
It won't
stage.
seed one day.
Next to the borage.
How big is that?
Unreal, huh?
Wow.
So,
You got all the unusual stuff going on here, haven't you?
Yeah.
Everything that one wishes they grew. Even
Yeah, that's
eggplant there trying to grow through the middle of winter.
that's it.
Chilies, cut them back, they come up again.
13 frosts. Oh,
And
yeah.
it still goes.
Yeah.
Little mini
And we had a hatch
greenhouse.
in the beehive today.
Wow, what do you mean a hatch?
In the afternoons they have a hatch. The queen continues to lay eggs.
Yeah,
So even in the colder months, in the afternoon when the temperature's right, the bees hatch.
so they
That's a hatch.
birth. And what, they fly all
Well, they
instantly?
come out there and they get some bearings on where they are. So the other bees teach them where they
so
should
there's
fly.
older and young bees?
Yes, correct.
Can you tell the difference?
No, not really. I can't.
Have you tried?
No.
Have you ever been stung?
Yes.
Does it hurt?
Yes, very bad. and whilst that's like that, it's not a good time to open them up.
Okay, because they're too busy training
They are,
themselves.
yeah, yeah.
They're going through their flight patterns.
So it's very cold at this time of year. So obviously I plant a lot of flowers in my garden, as
Keep 'em
you'll
going.
see. Well, they need something to feed, and I'd rather them be on site than off site.
And they know that.
Oh, they know that for sure. Yeah, they
How long
pollinate on site first. So grapes last year,
Yeah?
50 kilos off one plant.
The secret to successful gardens
Pollination.
is pollination.
It's pollination, exactly.
And we talk about air circulation, lots of sunlight and airflow so the pollen can be spread evenly between the male females. And it happens. And you do need air, but you also need, more importantly, bees.
Bees, of course.
And if you haven't got bees, many of you talk about it. We've had a real bad crop this year because it didn't pollinate. The zucchinis fell off or the cucumbers never set. That's because there haven't been any bees around. We use all these insecticides that kill off the insects, but they also damage our predators and our bees, and we need those so our plants can actually produce and set fruit. We've got everything here, 600 square metres, folks. It's a mini hobby farm, literally, with the downsized fruit trees. And this is what I want to talk about, is these espaliers.
Correct.
That is fantastic. Check this out.
That's an Angelina plum.
Okay, have a look at this. Now let's talk about how effective it is to espalier a fruit tree and the benefits of espalier.
Okay.
Not only just for the space that it doesn't take up, but how effective it is with spurs.
Okay, so most fruit trees fruit off laterals,
Yes.
not vertical growth. So basically what I'm encouraging is everything that's lateral.
Yes.
So all of that potentially produces fruit, particularly on apples, but more so on...
Every 2 inches.
Exactly. That's going to be absolutely laden full of fruit. So it's very easy for me to prune.
Yeah.
I don't do pruning at this time of year. My pruning's done once winter comes.
Yeah.
It's maybe a little tweaking here or there, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And of course I use the fence to put some screws and pull the nets over the top. It's so easy.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah. And
My
you will
fruit
get
trees
just as
don't-
many fruit on these.
Oh, more.
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 Thank you. Than you would on a normal upright tree that's actually
For sure,
shaped.
for sure. And of course, as you can see, we've discussed today at the orchard with regard to the liming on the bottom of the trunks to stop that splash and so forth. And of course, I graft other varieties onto the trees. So behind the cameraman here, we've got an apple with 5 different varieties of apples.
So that one there we're going to look at now is grafted with 5 varieties. This is just the one variety of plum?
Yeah, at the moment, I've tried 2 other plums, but we didn't have too much success with it. So this year we'll get some more.
You'll get some more. Okay, but that there has no problems setting fruit?
No, none whatsoever.
Let me guess why. You got bees?
Yes.
Lots of them too, folks. Do you collect the honey?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Last year we got about 20 about 20 kilos. But that hive was only put in spring of last year.
Okay.
So the hive in a swarm that we collected was around about maybe 5,000 or 6,000 bees. And not that you sit there and count every bee,
no, but you can
get a handle on, idea. We're around about 60 to 70,000 bees in that now, with 3 hives high.
And that's max?
No, we'll do one more box on the top of that with another 8 frames in it.
Geez, you've only got a couple of hundred swarming around at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're talking laterals. Let's explain the laterals.
These are the lateral growths.
Yeah, so that's where your spurs will come off. So if you've got lateral growth, the more you have that, the more spurs you'll have.
Those long, great big water shoots that grow up will never produce anything. You've got to keep them off.
And what about in summertime? Because after you've had your fruit growth and you hit January, you get your summer growth on there.
Oh, prune it back.
Cut them back?
Yes, definitely. If, for instance, this starts to take off, I cut it back with leaves on. It's important to do a summer prune.
Yes.
It's nearly as important as it is the prune now.
Yes.
So you've got the opportunity to keep your trees in shape over summer. Why let something grow 4, 5, 6 foot high?
Suck all the moisture
and then wait until all of that time when you could have been cutting it off and training it to do something else.
Yeah.
Like creating fruit spurs.
That's it. That's it.
You know,
trick them.
That's it. Coerce the tree. Trick the tree into doing what you want it to do rather than doing what it wants to do. So, and as you can see, the different varieties, there's lots and lots of fruit spurs wherever you look. That tree is this garden is only 3 years old this July 1st.
It's amazing. Look at the size of that trunk. I've seen trees that are about twice that age and a quarter of that size.
Yeah.
Good composting, good air circulation in the soil also. It's not only about composting and feeding it with dynamic lifter or chicken manure and nitrogen. You need to keep the soil aerated. Straw like that actually breaks down, feeds the bacteria and keeps the soil aerated well for you. So if the roots grow, the tree grows.
Correct.
And a good prune will enhance good root growth too.
For sure.
And just good wires, nothing special?
No, nothing special.
Keep
it doesn't
simple.
have to be, super tight or anything, And if you want, you can, if it's a little bit,
out of
shape, tie a piece of string or something in a brick or
and
a
weigh
bit
it
more
down.
wire. It's whatever works.
Okay, and just before you take off, show me where the grafts are.
Okay, so that's Gravenstein from there, Kingston Black, Gala, Fuji, and Mutsu. Oh, and that's Pink Lady.
Okay, wow. Did you get all that? I do love your garden. You've got a great idea, a great concept on how you've actually set it up. No lawn, folks. In the heart of summer, I'm just looking down, just making sure there isn't any lawn. There is a couple of patches here and there.
Just for the dogs.
Half of it's synthetic. It looks like you ripped off someone's tennis court. Okay, so you've done your own grafting, and then you've got a grafting day going on.
We have 21st of July at the Werribee Heritage Park orchard. It's at the mansion.
Yep.
It's at the back of the mansion down towards the farm, where you can come down and we can teach you how to graft your own fruit trees. You can take away some of the heritage varieties, you can purchase them on the day. So if you want something special, get on the internet, do a bit of research, find out what you want. Maybe you want an early or a late variety or what have you of an apple, or you might like cider apples, or we can graft them fresh for you on new rootstock. Some of the rootstock can be dwarf for apples. There's a full range of things. You'll be able to speak to lots of experts. It's a great fun day. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, finishes at 2 in the afternoon.
So a big day for
everybody.
everybody.
Look forward to seeing you down there.
Get your own fruit trees in your backyard, and the best place to go is down at the Werribee Mansion there.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, can they contact or go to a website?
They can search in Google, just put in Werribee Heritage Park Orchard or Werribee Heritage Orchard, and it'll come straight up and the details are on that. Or they can call me on phone 0411 720 283.
Enjoy. Looking forward to the day
on
Sunday. And thank you for the time. And I think it's about time we went back to have lunch.
Yes, definitely. Yeah? Let's do it.
Korean food. We're going to have some lunch then, dance a bit of a zorba.
Beautiful.
You reckon they can dance it?
I think we might.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Made this sausage? Yeah. This is beautiful. Pork meat. And what else is in here? Spaghetti gourd? Noodle.
Yeah.
Noodle. Pork meat with noodle and chili. Garlic chili.
Little chili. Lemongrass.
How good? Imagine eating like this every Friday.
I'm gonna. So if you're looking for me, folks, every Friday, 12 o'clock, Werribee Mansion, the park here, Parks Victoria.
Down here with the Karen.
Yeah, but you've got to work in the orchard first.
Yeah,
It's okay, I'll pick some fruit and eat that too for dessert.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
And every week, the dishes are different. And I've yet to have anything that I don't like. It's just magnificent.
Half of this, if not all of it's come from the garden.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. Hey? Calabrese style salami last week, Karen style cooking here this week. Can't wait to see what we're going to eat next week, folks. See you next week. Just sitting here relaxing, folks, and talking with Craig about fruit trees and growing fruit trees. Now, you said on the 21st you're doing a grafting tree day. Now, apart from that, what other days can we have with you or learn something? Do you have any other classes going on?
Well, at the moment, I'm really in your hands. I mean, I'm quite happy to come down and run some classes at your...
My centre?
At your centre.
Sounds like a great idea if you ask me.
I've got some courses that we can run for a couple of hours, then teach people the introduction to fruit trees and how they can best incorporate them into their small backyards. And I can give you a more in-depth look at keeping healthy fruit trees, everything they need to know from...
What do we call it? So the class is called?
Keeping Healthy Fruit Trees.
Lovely, I like that. So keeping healthy fruit trees, you're going to show us how to grow your fruit trees, maintain your fruit trees.
Correct. How to make them espaliered on a frame.
Show them how to do it correctly down at our
How
centre.
to prune, how to graft some more varieties on there so that you don't ever get a glut of apples. You can.
Thanks,
you
mate.
can.
All right, so if you want to learn about fruit trees and how to grow your own fruit trees, Espalier, all the above, give us a call, go to our website, book your seat there. We're going to have it on what? You reckon Saturday week? Is that a
Saturday week? For sure, for sure.
20th. Got it right. 20th? Is that?
That's
20th?
it. That's good.
20th of July. Give us a call. VasilisGarden.com is a website, or check out the number at the bottom of the screen there. Just there. I think it's about there. And you'll be there for a couple of hours, 2-3 hours, you reckon?
We'll
about
do.
10 o'clock?
We'll do.
20th of July.
Look forward to it.
See you there.
A tablespoon of melon.
Recording. Good. Don't keep your head up.
Yeah.
Look straight. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
light.
thank you for reminding me. Because normally I do that. So I call this smoothie the winter blue.
Swear word.
No, the citrus blend. Oh my god, we're getting nowhere.
We're worse.
Yeah, no, because you're funny.
It's just like you get stuck on the.
Oh, we're wasting time with Dad. Like Dad's gonna.
Educate them on how effective it is to have an Espalier, because we've fallen over. The cameraman's really gone.
There's a bee. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Hi guys. Hi guys, and welcome back. Next, one more time. Hi guys, and welcome back to another great segment of Healthy Habits. Hi guys, and welcome back to another great segment of Healthy Habits.
Ready, set.
Boost our immune system, therefore helping us to prevent us from catching the winter cold.
Are you scared? Are you
They're
scared?
okay, we hardly see them here, you know.
I'm not talking about you people at home. It's the one who's holding the camera. He's got his back to the beehive.
You'll
You'll
be
be
all right,
right.
mate. Believe me.